Hello, good afternoon. This is Ira Sahai back again with another course review video, and I have with me today Dr. Jasmeet Kaur, who's a mentor at dLife, senior member at dLife, and also the moderator of the dLife forum. A bit of introduction on Dr. Jasmeet Kaur. She holds a PhD in experimental nuclear physics and has 7 years of teaching experience at the college and university levels. Additionally, she has worked as a nuclear researcher for 2 years in Europe and has published over 30 articles in peer-reviewed journals during her research in the field of nuclear physics. She has been honored with the Women Scientist Award twice by DST India. Despite her success in experimental nuclear science, she has transitioned to become a metabolic health researcher and is a dLife certified metabolic health coach and also a lifelong dLife member. Welcome, Dr. Jasmeet, and so much to talk about you. I mean, it almost seemed as if the introduction would never end. So qualified, and she's one of the pillars at dLife. So let's welcome her and hear it from her on what made you study nutrition and how did you find dLife?
First of all, thank you so much, Ira, for the introduction, and thank you so much for finding out the time for this review. Uh, Ira, my journey with dLife basically it begins in 2016. But how I came to the nutrition is because of my personal reasons. It was in September 2016 when I returned to India from Europe, having taken around few months of leave after I heard about my mother's accident. I was just about to quit my job, but my boss in Europe, he wanted me to come back. He gave me the time period of around 6 to 7 months that anytime I can come back and join at my same position. But God has planned something else for me. And when I came back, at the same time when she had an accident, she was also diagnosed with diabetes. And like many others, I also used to believe, like once a person is diagnosed with diabetes, one has to be on the medications, and that's the only way to manage the diabetes. But the thing is, her doctor put her on the metformin, and then the glimepiride, and then the third salt come in the pioglitazone. And we were not very much regular with the blood sugar testing as well at that time. But few times I used to check, it always used to be higher on higher side, like 180, 200, sometimes even above 250 as well. And when she was on these three salts that I mentioned, I just checked one night just before sleeping. I just thought that let's give a check again. It was more than 400. That night was so difficult for me because I knew about the damage that high blood sugar really does to the body, like kidney damage and all the other organs, how they are affected. That night I couldn't even sleep. And I was just thinking about the problem, what actually the problem is. Being a nuclear scientist and a researcher, whenever we used to start any research project, what happens is we first look for the problems. Once we find problem and then we seek for the solutions. This is how the research is. But at that time I thought that today I have a real life problem in front of me and I don't know what the solution is. Problem is there and I don't have to find the problem. But the thing is, then I thought about, is this the only problem, or first I have to study more about the problem? Is the high blood sugar is the problem, or is there something else that we don't know? And first I looked into the medications, how this metformin works, how glimepiride works, and how this pioglitazone works, because nothing was working for her. And then I came across a concept, insulin resistance. This couldn't sleep all night. I was just searching on the Google. And also at the same time, I just Google like any diabetic forum of India, diabetes support group, and then I found Anup on Health Unlock. There was a forum, Health Unlock, for the diabetes support group. And there, Anup was talking about insulin resistance. He was talking about therapeutic carbohydrate restriction. Whatever he was writing, I just went to the PubMed and tried to find out all the scientific evidence, whatever, claims he was making on Health Unlock. I found that, this is the right person who know everything. I just tried to inquire more from Anup on the same Health Unlock. And in return, he sent me the link of dLife. And I think within a day or two, I just registered for my mother. And that's how my journey to metabolic health research or nutrition or at dLife, it begins.
So that's such a wonderful journey, and needless to say that your parents did very well on low carb once you came here. And as far as I know, or we all know, that you've really improved their health, and please tell us about it, how it has helped them.
Basically, when I started, no doubt that everybody on the forum, Anup Singh, Shashikant Iyengar, Arun Kumar, they were available 24/7 night on the forum. I actually consider dLife forum in itself, it's a comprehensive guide for the complete diabetes remission. Anybody who join dLife, just they can register dLife and they can read and they can understand how one can manage their diabetes or any metabolic disorders rest of their life. And it was not just about what the low carb is a solution, it was also about why low carb is a solution. How low carb is addressing the different health aspects. So I tried to learn each and everything, and I switched my parents, both of them, to low carb. And I think it was just 3 to 4 months that I see all the markers started to improve.
Wonderful. That's such a heartening story to know, and wish them great health always. Also, tell us now that you're also a mentor at dLife. So tell us about the course. People who want to know about the course, what is the USP and the highlight of the course? What did you like the most about it?
See, the first thing is it came through Anup. Okay? Because I was reading about low carb from 2016 to 2019. I spent almost most of my time I dedicated to reading the articles. It's about the overall health. It's not just about the low carb. Why low carb? That is more important that people should understand. And I think this is the only course that make people understand that why low carb is the only solution. Otherwise, there are many other forums available who are talking about low fat, high carb, and even some people are against the protein part. And this course is not just aligned towards a low carb. It's about the human diet, I would say. And it started from the human physiology. People are studying the nutrition, but they don't know if the nutrition is not aligned to the physiological needs. That is meaningless. And I think this is the only course that can teach them about the human nutrition, human physiology, and then how the different nutrition they are aligned, if they're aligned or if they're not aligned to our physiological needs. So that is the most important. It's very exhaustive. It's not just about the macros and the micros and how these different nutrition they are metabolized by the body. It's about the different metabolic pathways they can learn from this course. And this is not, people, they are just Googling what are the supplements for the diabetes, what are the supplements for the kidney health, what are the supplements for the digestive system, and they're just trying everything on their body, but they don't know the individualized approach, which is very important. That is why we see people who come to us, they're following low carb and they say they're not getting good results. And this low carb made their life hell. This is because they have incomplete knowledge. They should seek the complete knowledge. And I think this is the only low carb nutrition course, not only in India, I would say, is a global. Okay. So this is how it is different from the other courses.
So nice to know that from one of the dLife mentors. Also, please tell us, being a mentor again, how do you provide support to the new enrollees, people are going through the course, people who have completed the course, because dLife doesn't leave any of its members behind. Even after they've completed the course, they're part of the forum, they're part of the WhatsApp group. That's why I've stopped calling dLife a community. It's a family where we adapt each other for life. So please tell us about the forum, the support, and as a mentor, what do we do for the enrollees even after they've completed the course?
Yeah, Ida, when we talk about the support, it's substantial. It's like we have the 24 hours WhatsApp group community support, even on forum as well. The people, they post their doubts, they post their questions, and the new enrollees, they're from the different fields. Some, they don't have even the science background, but still they are enrolling with us, I think. And we are always there to help them. Many people who inquire about the course, what I tell them, it's up to you how much you want to gather from this course. We are always available for you. You come with the questions, even in the conventional settings, like the regular courses, people, they have many doubts. The students, they used to have doubts, and most of their doubts or the questions, they remain unanswered. and at last they just focus on passing the exams. Okay, but when it comes to the dLife nutrition course, like all of us, like you are there, like other mentors are there, they are every day they're coming with the new success stories. These success stories basically it is to inspire the new enrollees, and they are getting inspired by us. And by this, they are coming with the questions. They are coming with their own health conditions. Like even people used to call us directly because they have their health condition, and when they join us, they want the solution. They need the immediate solution. Somehow we ask them to read the course, but I know that at some level, each of us are helping the new enrollees in terms of their own health condition and their members, their family members' health condition. I think most of the people who have joined the recent months only, they can tell better, the how we are available for them. It's not just posting on the forum, it's not just posting on the WhatsApp. We are just a message away. They can ask anything from us. And I don't think so anybody of us, anytime we just ignore, never ever. Because it's our family, and this is how Anup has created a family.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll just add to what she said, to what Dr. Jasmeet said. Even the new enrollees, because you have so much material to read, there is so much related material with every chapter, videos that, there's so much information around. People do get excited. People want to know more. So they also have access to WhatsApp group. So it starts with very elementary question like, is millet low carb? Because everybody comes with the mindset that millets are low carb. But when the norms are shattered, and when they get the correct knowledge, I think everybody's so excited to learn low carb, which mainstream doesn't have. There is always a wrong dietary message sent, especially for diabetics and people who are metabolically challenged. So things like millets are low carb or fruits are fine. So when they come to the community, I think what Dr. Jasmeet is also trying to say, and what I also feel is that they have so much access to wonderful information on the forum, through the recipes, through the case studies on the WhatsApp, that they feel so excited and they go on asking, about everything. So knowledge is freely shared here. Please tell me, after now that you've completed the course, and by the way, Dr. Jasmeet has had great success with LADA cases. She's an expert on gut health, and she has handled very complicated cases at dLife and come up with great success stories. Please tell us, now that you quit your job, you came back from Europe, you settled down in India, and call it a sacrifice or whatever. But how do you think? I mean, in the end, do you think it was all worth it, and dLife has given you the purpose, or the ikigai that you were looking for? And in terms of also its fee, do you think that you've recovered more than you ever gave?
Yeah, I don't have words for this, Ira. The thing is, when I came back from Europe, it was not an easy for me. Even, the people I was surrounded with, I got myself completely cut off from my nuclear physics community. I was not even connected with them on the messages, on the emails, because I don't have anything to tell them, because everybody was having so many questions that why you're not coming back, why you're not joining. You had so many options. Because while I was there in Europe, I was even applying for the universities as well. I have given the interviews in the various universities and the various projects. Even during the, while I was doing this course, I got the two projects from Department of Science and Technology, and I could join anywhere. I could join in BRC. I could join in SINP Kolkata. I could join in Delhi University or IUAC in Delhi. But I had so many options, for me. But I was not answering the questions from which was coming from my bosses, from Delhi and boss from Europe. Because everybody, because whenever we apply, our boss they have to send the recommendation. You know that, no? They have recommended me to so many places, but I had to answer them that why I'm not joining now. But I had nothing to say at that time. So I completely cut off myself. I was not replying to their emails as well because I was completely shattered, from my mother's health at that time. Then Anup came and, I considered him as my mentor, not only my mentor, my second PhD boss, because I consider I never, consider myself as a metabolic health coach. I consider myself as a metabolic health researcher because I'm still researching, day by day. I'm learning new things. And he is a mentor for this PhD. And the thing is, we are surrounded by the esteemed seniors like Shashikant Iyengar and Arun Kumar, and they're always motivating us. They, with the help of them, we are always ready to take the challenging cases also. Because each and every case that we see, I take it as a scientific puzzle. I want to extract something new from that, and I just never look at just the food, not just the low carb nutrition, but why low carb and what are the other health aspects that we are covering. This is, I learned from the dLife forum, This was even before the low carb nutrition course. Because I dedicated myself reading more and asking less from the mentors. I think I read almost each and every thread. How Anup and Shashikant Iyengar, Arun Kumar, they were experimenting. They were experimenting different things, like post-meal walks and, taking fat before the meals and having some citric before the meal that helps improve their post-meal numbers. You know that nowadays over the social media, you see many people are posting that this is the new intervention. No, this is not the new intervention. They were practicing, I think, from 2014. Okay. And these are all the real life experiments they people have done. I'm fully content with this, whatever I'm doing now, because I'm still a researcher. I haven't lost anything. Same enthusiasm I have myself now as well. And I am working as an independent researcher now. I don't have to, go and put an attendance daily at 9 o'clock. I'm being with my parents, it's, I think it's more than what you are saying, the price that I have paid, it's just the penny, it's a minor investment. And what I got in return of that is invaluable returns.
Yeah, so wonderfully put, Dr. Jasmeet. And I agree with her. Anup has been the big daddy of low carb, as we popularly and lovingly call him. He was the one who started the 100-gram carbs per day protocol on an Indian vegetarian diet that brought about diabetes, type 2 diabetes remission, and so many hundreds and thousands of people who were all logged into a UK-based forum. And that's how they followed Anup back to dLife. Dr. Jasmeet is one of them. And Anup, I think, is the guru of all of us. Even Shashi and Arun call him their guru. So a lot of pioneering and path-breaking work, as Dr. Jasmeet just said, has been done by Anup, which people are discovering now. But they have been in existence through Anup since 2011-12, when he started talking low carb in India and 100-gram carbs per day protocol. There was nobody, and Indians were rehashing the Western keto and failing at it miserably because the Western keto is not the Indian low carb, as Anup says, and beef, bacon, eggs is not possible on the Indian diaspora, which is about, I would say 50-60% vegetarian. Even the non-vegetarians are just meat eaters occasionally. So it was difficult, and that's how dLife came into existence. That's how Anup founded dLife. And all of these mentors, be it Arun Kumar, be it Shashikant Iyengar, be it Jasmeet, they all followed him from that UK-based forum to dLife, and now they are pillars of dLife. So, Dr. Jasmeet, please tell us any last words for people. You come from a very erudite and very academic background. For people like you, for people who are researchers, even for general people, what do you think would your suggestion be with regards to enrolling in the dLife diploma course?
Yeah. See, yeah, I consider this low carb nutrition course is not for the people who are suffering from any medical condition. Because as I mentioned earlier as well, this low carb nutrition is not only for to treat the metabolic disorders. This is about the true human diet. This is what we are preaching. Whenever we start to, look into the nutrients on our plate, and if we daily try to prioritize the nutrients on our plate, that diet automatically becomes low carb. I think everybody, each parents, and no matter from what field they are doctors, they are engineers, they are ITians, they are PhDs like me, or they are from any other background. Everybody is keen to learn what to eat and what not to eat. And with a lot of information available on the social media, the YouTube channels, and people are following low carb, but still they don't know what actually low carb is in the Indian context. That's why they fail. And some people, they reach to a stage like at what they say, like low carb is the worst. No, low carb always helps. No, low carb never fails, but one has to follow the individualized approach, and that is very important. And that they has to learn from the low carb nutrition course. And I think dLife is the only course which is, I think, legally tenable, and it's CPD 40, and I think it's we have, Ira, you can correct me because you know better than me about this number. I think now we are in 14 countries, now.
Yes, 14 countries. And I would just add to what Dr. Jasmeet said. We have about 20, not about, but 24 doctors now enrolled with us. We have 7 IITians, 7 defense personnel, and more, maybe 11 sports and human performance nutritionists, PhDs, and people from all various walks of life. Dr. Jasmeet herself is a PhD in experimental nuclear physics. So you can imagine the diverse, brains and the minds that are working on low carb nutrition and metabolic health in India by virtue of being a member of dLife. So, where you have a mix of such brilliant minds, that mission is bound to succeed. And Dr. Jasmeet, any last words that you would want to say again, for people who want to enroll? I mean, anything that you would want to suggest? Like
Yeah,
you had a
before,
story, your parents had diabetes and you bettered their condition. So as you said, of course, do it for your own knowledge. But what would you say to people who are worried about the fee or, who are looking for a course in low carb nutrition and metabolic health generally?
Yeah. See, the thing is, everybody is keen to learn about the nutrition, but the thing is, nobody actually knows how the nutrition actually helps and what kind of nutrition works for them. It's important for them to understand how our physiology works. If they don't know like how our physiology works, they won't be able to reach anywhere. Okay. So if you see the dLife low carb nutrition course, the first chapter, it starts from the human evolution. Like what we as a humans, we are evolved to eat, what we were eating before, and how with the lifestyle changes, what was happening, how we are evolved. And as per our current lifestyle, this high carb, low fat, and this calorie in calorie model, it doesn't work for us. It never worked for anybody. People, I have seen, in my practice, I have seen that people, they are doing low salt diet, they are doing low fat diet. They are following this low salt for months and months. And what then happened, they had a single metabolic issue, and then they land up having several other issues. That is why we see like 99% of the people who come to us, they have gut issues. Why they have gut issues? And why low carb helps? Because we as a humans, we are meant to eat protein. We as a human, we are meant to eat fat. Our digestive system is designed in a way that we should eat. It's not that we have, it's about we should eat. If we are not eating like protein, that is the basic, the fundamental of our digestive system. And whatsoever is going to the digestive system, only the nutrients that has to cross the digestive system and enters our body. Not everything becomes a part of our body. Okay. Like they are eating the carbohydrates for years and years, and then they switch to the low carb diets. And what happens? They say that low carb doesn't work for us because they're not able to digest protein, they're not able to digest fat. See, this is how they say then the low carb fail, but low carb never fail because low carb is nothing a special diet. It's a true human diet. And I think everybody, no matter like if they are interested to be in this profession or they want to opt this as a profession, they should read, they should learn, they should acquire a knowledge about the nutrition for them, for their family, and for their loved ones. And at last, Ira, I would also like to say that on this auspicious, the day, the Guru Purnima, I would like to attribute all the knowledge that I acquired over these years to dLife, to Anup, my mentors, Shashikant Younger, Arun Kumar, and all the health coaches that we are working with, and all the new enrollees that come to us, because the students, the students, they are like our students. I consider them as my students, and I want them to ask more and more questions. I always ask them to post questions, but they're not posting, because when they post, we learn something new.
I think Dr. Jasmeet is in her truest elements today. She wants you to ask questions. So I think everybody should go and ask. And such wonderful gesture to ask, to tell people, her students to ask questions. That is how dLife members are different. Mentors are different. Dr. Jasmeet, if somebody wants to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you? You're based in Moga, Punjab, but you're working online in India, overseas. Please give out your Twitter handle, a phone number if you want to, or an email ID so that people can reach out to you.
Yeah. So my email ID is jasmeet48, JASMEET 48 and my Twitter handle is jasmeet481.
Okay. I'm sure more and more people will reach out to you. Dr. Jasmeet has done fantastic work in LADA cases in gut health. I think she's one of the leading authorities in India right now for gut health and gut related issues. So if you want to reach out to Dr. Jasmeet, here's her email ID, her Twitter ID. You can reach out to her definitely. And before we wind up, a bit of information on the dLife Diploma course is always. We have the largest content on the low-carb nutrition and metabolic health in the world. 800 plus references there in the course, 100,000 plus words, 60 plus relevant videos. There's lifetime access to the course. There's no recertification clause. And once you become a member of dLife, you always remain a member of dLife. The forum access, which is 10 years of curated data from when Anup launched dLife in 2014 till now, is 10 years of premium curated data that is given to you for free. So anybody who's enrolled in the course, who's enrolling in the course, gets access to this premium data of 10 years for free. And what does this have, which we call the forum? What does this have? It has about 3,000 plus combined success stories. So if you want to search, say, fatty liver or some gut issue, it is searchable and you'll get detailed, lowdown on how that case was handled. There are about 2,000 plus original low carb keto recipes posted by members themselves, about 200 podcasts. We are the largest content on low carb, as I said. And this course is India's only legally tenable course in low carb nutrition and metabolic health. So if you want to be a legally certified practicing metabolic health coach in India, you have to have a dLife certification. dLife is also India's only CPDSO UK is India's only platform with CPDSO UK accreditation with 60 hours of credit to its course, which is the global biggest. We are also the SMHP approved CMHE provider. And as I mentioned, everything else, once you enroll in the course, you get access to so much of 10 years of curated data. You get hand-holding throughout your cases while you're handling cases. There are mentors and gurus like Jasmeet and Shashikant Yangar and Arun, and above all, the guru of all, Guru Anup Singh. So here's a bit of information on the dLife Diploma course. So I think you've got all the information that you want on dLife. And just to probably sum it up, dLife is a mix of the brilliant brains, from every walk of life. Like Jasmeet is a PhD in experimental nuclear physics. She's a scientist herself. She quit her job, came back from Europe, and now she's a much sought after metabolic health researcher, as she calls herself. I think Europe's loss is India's gain and dLife's gain. So very proud to have her on the team, very proud to have a mentor like her. And I think that just sums it up. I have no words. Anything else that you would like to say before we say bye-bye?
Yeah, I would just like to thank Anup and the team and Ira. And thank you for so much for finding out the time for this review. And thanks a lot.
So this is Dr. Jasmeet Kaur speaking with you. And you should find this very inspirational. Go back and think about it and enroll in the dLife Diploma course. Because as I always say, if it's Indian low carb, it's dLife.in. This is Ira Sahai signing off. I'll be back again with another course review video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Happy weekend.